So today is the day that I am officially finishing the first goal that I set for the year. 7 months ago, I decided that I want to start sharing my story on YouTube. Not perfectly, not polished, just show up. And I came across the part-time YouTube Academy program. I thought it might give me the confidence and incentive to actually do the thing. The deal is simple: 7 videos in 7 months, and you get some resources and support. And if you actually do it, you get your money back. So I signed up. And then I did absolutely nothing for 5 months. Cue the new year, and 7 videos in 7 months turned out to be 7 videos in 7 weeks if I was going to make the deadline in time. Technically 8 because I was sick 1 week, but still. When I posted the first video, it felt both easy and overwhelming at the same time. Easy because I had a lot to say. Overwhelming because as soon as I started, I realized how many sticking points I actually have. On camera presence, storytelling, structuring, editing, I quickly started to see the gap between what I wanted to create and what I knew how to create. And now I'm much more aware about how long the process actually takes. A quick edit is never quick. Scripting takes longer than I think. Filming takes longer than I think. Editing takes longer than I think. Everything takes longer than I think. But I also feel more confident in my process. I trust that when I hit a technical problem, I can figure it out. When I don't like something, I can identify why. And when I want to improve something, I can actually implement it. And that's probably the biggest shift in all of this, is that it's not necessarily easier, but that I trust my process more. The biggest challenge by far was editing. Before this, I had made some travel montages, but no real scripting, no real structure, just vibes. But this is different. Talking head videos, intentional storytelling, clear structure, actually trying to communicate something. Wouldn't you believe it? Editing felt like learning a new language. You have this story in your head, and you have these visuals in mind. You know how you want it to feel, but you don't know how to translate that into actual cuts, B-roll, background music, transitions, you name it. And in the beginning, that gap was so frustrating to me, but there's also the mental aspect of it. Putting yourself on the internet is uncomfortable. Sharing something personal, especially something as vulnerable as my ostomy story, is scary. And then there's that subtle voice in your head that says, who do you think you are? Do you think people actually care about this? This sucks. Aww. And the voice doesn't disappear. You just kind of get better at ignoring it and moving through the process with it. Earlier in this challenge, I talked about self-efficacy, which is the belief that you can handle whatever shows up. And this challenge has really been a testament to me in that. And not in a dramatic way, but just in the way that, can I keep showing up when things are uncomfortable and keep pushing through? So I don't really have any groundbreaking advice here, just to take your time, take notes, see what you want to continue to build on, and understanding that finding your voice takes time. If you're signing up to create, you're signing up for the process, not the polished version at the end. So my favorite video in this challenge was number 6, the one I put out last week on our care package event. And not because it fit the challenge perfectly, but that it felt like a more natural way for me to create by being able to talk to you and show you a glimpse of what it actually looks like in my life. I liked doing the voiceover. I liked playing with the B-roll shots and playing with the storytelling through editing versus just sitting in front of a camera, which if you watch some of my videos at this point, you know I'm super uncomfortable in front of a camera, which I'm working on. Hopefully today is better. And it took way longer to edit this video, but I had more fun editing the video versus the talking head. It felt more creative instead of draining, and that surprised me. Somewhere along the way, the editing went from this is painful and takes forever to I'm actually kind of having fun with this. And with that, editing has been one of the skills that I have grown the most so far. I have probably spent over 50 hours editing in the past 8 weeks. In the beginning, it's hard because you know what you want to say, but you don't know how to execute. But once you learn a few basics like pacing and trimming dead space, adding B-roll, layering, it starts to click. And it's still not exactly where I want it to be. There's still a big gap between what I want to create and how to actually produce that, but it feels more exciting than overwhelming at this point. And I have so much more of an appreciation for storytelling now, for the script, for the structure, for the intention that goes in to make a video feel effortless. And that's something that I want to keep developing, not the technical skills, but being able to tell a story in a way that actually feels like me. But I do know that I proved to myself that I can do something challenging and push through and accomplish it. And that feels really good. So, what's next for me? I think I'm going to take a little break from YouTube. Creating 7 videos in 7 weeks was a choice, but it's a bit all consuming, and there are some other areas of my life that I want to pour a little bit more attention and love into. I'm also going wheels up to Guatemala on Saturday, which is very on brand for me to take a step back and reflect on what's next. I do have a small community on Instagram, and I do feel a bit of a pull to create more short form content. So if you want to follow along there, my handle is the same as it is here, which is open source Ostomy. I'd love to see you over there. But if not, I do want to say thank you for following along on this process with me. If you do want to see more, I would love to hear from you. I clearly don't get very many comments, so if you want to drop a comment and say what you liked or say what you're looking for, they matter and I read them, and they are more motivating than you probably realize. But for now, I just want to say thanks for being here. I'll talk to you soon.